Thank you so much for tuning in. This is clearly stated, and you are with Vibrating Minds. I've been telling you guys that I've been really having conversations with my guides and having them direct me into what it is particularly that is needed to be shared with you. And I did a video earlier today, ironically, about how to embrace our trauma, embrace those real negative emotions. I know it's not popular, and I'm not saying that it is, but in the same token, we are human beings, right? And emotions are part of our everyday. They're part of who you are, they're part of everything that we do, every aspect of our life. And we've been taught to suppress them and push them down and act like they're not there. Ignore them, push them, ignore them. And we've spent so many generations pushing and ignoring or acting out these really negative emotions, whatever they might be. And as a result of that, we've created an awful lot of trauma for ourselves. An awful lot of trauma. We've created scars in our internal system. Everything in our bodies are scarred as a result of the trauma that we've been carefully organized to be pushed down and fuck up our psyche, literally. All those emotions, those low level frequency emotions, despair, envy, all of them. If you guys want to know what they are, let me know in the comment section. I'll give you a list of them. But there's many low level frequencies that we must embrace. Yeah, I know. You want to sit with your despair and figure out if it's a lack of or a less than mentality that you're holding. And whichever of those it is, then you need to embrace that as well. We must become friends with ourselves. We spend the better part of our lives running away from who we are as human beings and who we are as individual characters and persons. Why? Because we're confused, we're lost, we're traumatized, we're fucked up. We've been misdirected, misguided. It's been a rough it's been a rough one. It's 20th century. It's been quite the compelling version of humanity. And if anything, I think that this is going to be the telling part of history. And there will come the time in you know, what we would say future. I won't say, well, I say future just because it's lack of a better term, but they will look back on us. They will say, what the fuck are these people? We have to learn to control our emotions. We have to learn to become friends with who we are as individuals. We have to learn to spend time with ourselves, enjoy our own company, be our own buddies. You know how we so desperately seek to have friendships and have commonalities and have sociability? We need to learn to do that with ourselves first. We need to play with ourselves alone so we can understand who we are. You know, as children, when we used to play with ourselves and talk to ourselves and have our little tea parties and have conversations with ourselves, those were the good old days. And you know what? Those were the real days. That young child that sat and had that little tea party with herself, or that young man that sat in the sandbox and played with their cars and had those conversations. And I'm utilizing just for the sake of, I know there's like whatever, right? Whoever you are and whatever child play you did as a child, those conversations you had with yourself, enjoying your own company, being buddies with yourself until some adult came in and fucked that shit up for you. The purity of a child is the sanctity of the soul. Why? Because when that child is brought here and put on this earth, when that soul is put into that child's body, it comes here with an open mind and a willingness to embrace all earthly gifts until an adult comes in and fucks it up, says something, does something, reacts to something you've said, and puts the magic in a box. It's very sad. And what we need to do as adults now is welcome back that child. And how do you welcome back that child? You welcome back that child by embracing all those really not so nice character traits that has created your world of trauma. Whatever trauma you've been through, whatever life has thrown in your direction. And we've all got our own stories, honestly. We're not comparing. There is no comparing because each one of us are here on our own journey and our stories are ours and ours alone. And everybody are just characters in our play. And those low frequency emotions must be embraced if we want to evolve. Because one of the main problems with the DNA stamp of humanity right now is the fact that we have been programmed to bury these emotions. And if we're not burying them when we act out on them, we're beat down for acting out on them instead of understanding the why. We have to get to the root cause of our trauma. And in order for us to get to the root cause of our trauma to be able to heal, we have to welcome the trauma to our kitchen table and have a conversation. Welcome it in without judgment. Without judgment. That pain, that really negative trait that you have, whatever it is. Okay, let's just name a few. Demeaning other people, disrespecting other people's space, disrupting peace within an environment, feeling like you are the only important voice in the whole. All these things, okay? All these character traits, you need to recognize them and understand them and figure out why they are what they are, okay? We need to do that, 100%. We need to recognize it and become friends with it. I'm at 10. Welcome your trauma in, okay? Step 1, without judgment. Till next time, it's clearly stated with Vibrating Minds.